So I've said a few times on Twitter and here on YouTube that I do not like the character of Felicity. However, the more and more I've watched Arrow, the more and more I've come to hate this character, and she's honestly the worst part of the show for me. The thing is, Felicity was a character that I liked in season 1 and 2, but in season 3 she started going downhill, and season 4 is really when she went so downhill. She probably went to the planet's core because how bad of a character she got. It honestly doesn't surprise me that most of, if not all of, Arrow fans turn on Felicity and they all hate her character. I very rarely see people actually like her character. Now, I want to be perfectly clear here. I do not hate the actress that plays her. I have nothing against the person that played Felicity, and there shouldn't be any hate toward her. But the character herself of Felicity, I hate so much. Really, the worst thing about Arrow. Now, I think the first moment I actually started not liking Felicity was in season 3, when really every scene she was in, she was either crying, arguing with Oliver, or bringing up their relationship every minute of every scene. Now, CW shows are normal for having scenes like this, where it focuses on relationships and romances and all that, but it gets really annoying with Arrow, because like Arrow is like Green Arrow, and then this happens. And there were some moments going on. There'll be like some big moments going on, and we want to talk about their feelings. I'm like, this is not the time for it and all that. Like I remember that happened with again season 3. Like I swear, while we were watching the show, there was so many moments where I was like, now is not the time, Felicity. We got more important things going on. Ra's al Ghul was trying to kill everyone. Now, season 3 she was more annoying than anything, but I didn't hate her. Season 4 is where I really started hating her. And really because the episode Lost Souls. Now, this episode, basically, Ray Palmer is revealed to be alive. He was shrunk because of the explosion at the end of season 3. However, the thing is, Felicity goes and she basically blames Oliver and puts the blame on him for what happened to Ray, simply because she was happy with him and they left Starling City because Oliver needed to get away and because the Arrow was dead. But she blames him for what happened to her, Ray Palmer. Now, one thing I do not like is when not only characters do this, but when people in real life put blame on other people. Especially when something like this, when, like, basically what Felicity does, with, like, saying that everything that happened to Ray blowing up, becoming small, getting kidnapped by Damien and Dark, that's all Oliver's fault, because Felicity was just happy with him and left. Like, are you kidding me right now, Felicity? Also, in season 4, there is a episode, it's like Arrow and Flash crossover, which I do like these episodes. Like, it's like probably one of my favorite episodes in the season. However, in this, Felicity not only yells at Oliver, finding out that he has a son that he just found out himself that he has a son, and Oliver was told not to tell anyone. But Felicity goes and is like, you should have told me anyway. It's like, you're not in charge, you're not the mother. And this is really something about Felicity that, like, is that throughout the whole show, she acts like she's above everyone else and she should always know everything and nothing she does is wrong. I do not like those people. And she has the attitude, like, the whole show. Like, she hides the fact that she works with Team Arrow at the beginning of season 4 from Oliver. Basically, the whole reason why they left was to get away from all of it. And later, when she starts working for this hacker group, and I think in season 5 or 6, she starts working for the hacker group and goes against Oliver and Team Arrow when they're trying to look for a certain person. And she's basically the reason why a big criminal gets out. Or even, she cancels and walks out on her and Oliver's wedding because he didn't tell her about his son. which she was told not to say anything. So how dare Oliver keep a secret about his son that he was told by the mother not to say anything to anyone, not even Felicity. And the thing is, she had a problem with him doing this until William's mother was dead. Like, until she died, she had a problem with this, and then she started caring, and then she was fine with it. It's like, are you kidding me right now, Felicity? Also, like, there has been whole episodes where it's just been about Felicity, like her thinking she can't do her job probably because she just sits down at, even though all she does is sit down at a computer, but she thinks she can't do it because she's crippled and she can't walk. This is like me being like, I can't make these videos anymore, guys, because I cannot walk anymore because, like, let's say I break my legs or something like that. Like, that would be stupid of me because all I do is sit down in a chair or on the floor talking to a microphone. That's all I do. And the first episode about her, I was fine with because this showed a backstory, did some character building, but I do not need a whole episode of her and Curtis trying to start up a company and being at odds with each other because of Timo not agreeing with each other, even fighting each other, and getting Renee in the hospital. I don't need an episode about my two least favorite characters trying to start a company. And yes, I will make a video talking about why I do not like Curtis. That will come later. The thing is, there was a moment where they could have killed off Felicity in the episode after Oliver proposes to Felicity, causing her to be like paralyzed and not be able to walk anymore. They could have killed her off there. And the scene that they kept showing of Oliver in the cemetery would have been better if Felicity was the one that died, instead of it being revealed that it was Laurel that died. Because of how much it showed the scene of Oliver standing in the cemetery. Really, the more the show went on, a character that I liked became my most hated character, not only in Arrow, but of all time. I haven't found a character I've disliked and hated more than Felicity. I love this show, I love Arrow, and I've rewatched it many times, but Felicity will always be the worst part about the show for me.